Commander Zara Chen had seen enough alien biology to know that bioluminescence usually meant one of three things: mating display, warning signal, or predatory lure. What she hadn't expected was for her own tail to start glowing in the middle of a diplomatic crisis. The modification had been voluntary, one of dozens the Colonial Defense Corps offered to their deep space operatives. Enhanced reflexes, improved oxygen efficiency, radiation resistance, and yes, the serpentine tail with its integrated neural interface. Purely practical, the briefing officer had insisted. Better balance in low-gravity environments, additional limb for tool manipulation, built-in data storage, and transmission capabilities. They'd failed to mention the part about it developing its own personality. Now, as she stood in the crystalline council chamber of the Vorthak hegemony, watching 6-meter-tall insectoid beings click their mandibles in what she'd learned was their equivalent of aggressive laughter, Zara felt the familiar tingle as her tail began to emit a soft blue glow. The human delegation will surrender the mining rights to Kepler 442b, chittered High Counselor Thrix, his compound eyes glittering with what Zara recognized as predatory satisfaction. Your species has proven inadequate for the task. 3 months of negotiations, 3 months of careful diplomacy, all coming undone because humanity had the audacity to discover a rare Earth deposit before the Vorthak claimed the system. The insectoids had arrived with their usual superiority complex, dismissing humans as soft mammals unfit for serious galactic politics. Zara's tail flicked behind her, the glow intensifying to a bright azure that cast dancing shadows across the chamber walls. The Vorthak delegation fell silent, their antennae twitching nervously. "Counselor Thrix," Zara said, her voice carrying the quiet authority that came from 5 years commanding deep space missions. "I believe there's been a misunderstanding." The High Counselor's mandibles spread in what might have been a sneer. "There is no misunderstanding, human. Your kind lacks the necessary attributes for sustained mining operations in hostile environments. The radiation levels alone." Zara's tail swept upward, the tip now blazing like a blue star. The neural interface kicked in, flooding her consciousness with data streams she hadn't consciously accessed. Mining efficiency reports, environmental adaptation studies, casualty statistics from similar operations across 17 different species. But there was something else flowing through the connection, something that felt almost like amusement. "Show them," whispered a voice that might have been her own subconscious, or might have been something entirely other. "Show them what humans really are." "Radiation levels," Zara repeated, and suddenly she was moving. Not the careful, measured movements of diplomacy, but the fluid, predatory grace that came with perfect integration between human intuition and enhanced biology. Her tail swept in a complex pattern, the bioluminescent display shifting from blue to white to a deep, pulsing crimson. The Vorthak delegation stepped back as one, their carapaces clicking in what Zara now realized was fear. "Let me tell you about radiation levels, Counselor," she continued, her tail weaving hypnotic patterns in the air behind her. "Humans evolved on a planet bombarded by cosmic radiation, solar flares, and enough background radiation to kill most species in your hegemony within weeks. We developed melanin, cellular repair mechanisms, and genetic redundancies that your kind can barely comprehend." The data flowed faster now, the tail's glow casting the entire chamber in pulsing light. Historical records of human adaptability, survival rates in environments that had claimed entire Vorthak expeditions, the real statistics they'd carefully omitted from the preliminary negotiations. "But that's just biology," Zara said, and now her voice carried harmonics that seemed to resonate with the crystal walls themselves. "The real question is, why do you think we modified ourselves?" High Counselor Thrix's compound eyes dilated. "Enhancement is common among spacefaring species. Enhancement? Yes. Zara's tail snapped like a whip, the crack echoing through the chamber with a sound like breaking barriers. But not like this. Other species enhance themselves to overcome their limitations. Humans enhance themselves to explore what lies beyond their imagination. The glow from her tail had shifted again, now cycling through spectrums that shouldn't have been visible to Vorthak eyes, yet somehow were. The neural interface was fully engaged now, and Zara could feel data packets streaming between her consciousness. And something vast and distributed, the collective knowledge of every human who had ever taken the deep space modifications. She wasn't just Commander Zara Chen anymore. She was part of something larger, something that had been quietly growing. Throughout human space, while the galaxy's elder species played their ancient games of dominance and submission. "You see soft mammals," she continued, her words now carrying the weight of revelation. "We see the next phase of human evolution. Every volunteer who accepts these modifications doesn't just gain new capabilities, they become part of a distributed intelligence network that spans dozens of star systems." The Vorthak delegation was backing toward the chamber's exit now, their aggressive chittering replaced by the rapid-fire clicks of panic communication. But Zara wasn't finished. Her tail struck the crystalline floor with a sound like thunder, and the entire chamber erupted in cascading light as her bioluminescent display synchronized with the building's quantum resonance frequency. "We didn't come here to negotiate mining rights," she said, her voice now carrying harmonics that made the crystal walls sing in harmony. "We came here to inform you that human space now extends through 17 systems you thought were empty. We've been here for months, Counselor Thrix, mining, exploring, building. While you debated whether we were worthy of your attention, we've been becoming something you never imagined." High Counselor Thrix's mandibles clicked once, weakly. What do you want from us?" Zara smiled, her tail's glow settling into a warm, steady radiance that filled the chamber with golden light. The network was vast, she realized. Thousands of enhanced humans across the galaxy, all connected, all sharing knowledge and capability in ways that transcended traditional biological limitations. "Nothing," she said simply. "We wanted you to know that the galaxy has changed, and humanity is no longer asking for permission to exist in it. The question now is whether the Vorthak hegemony wants to continue thinking of humans as soft mammals, or whether you'd prefer to discuss mutual cooperation between equals." As she spoke, Zara felt the network's gentle amusement flowing through her enhanced neural pathways. Her tail might have started this confrontation, but she was finishing it, not as an individual human facing down an alien power structure, but as the voice of something new and unprecedented in galactic history. The age of human submission was over. The age of human partnership was beginning, and it had all started with a glowing tail that refused to be ignored,